I play guitar and music director for Hillsong United.
I'm Code, so I play the drums.
Basics, like what's in your iPod, what CDs? Do you listen to your own songs? Or?
Definitely not our own songs. Our own songs only when we have to practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
or when we're like trying to critically assess something that we've done.
How did I play that guitar part again?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I listen to a lot of I like Phoenix. I like I'm listening to like Blink or something in the background, but it's hard to think of all the bands. Arcade Fire, Death Cab for Cutie, they're some of my favourites. Yeah,
Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Bon Iver, or Bon Iver, however you want to say it. Sufjan Stevens. What else? New Boy and Bear album's really good. Yeah.
Like, what inspires you to create a song? When you want to think of a new song, where do you go for inspiration? Do you go for arts, or do you listen to other music for inspiration? How do you get that?
Well, I don't write much. I play an untuned instrument, so I don't really write.
Parts of it are tuned.
Yeah, but for me, like, I write in certain moods. I write. I get inspired by music sometimes, and inspired by mood. So I write when I feel like writing, when I feel like I'm being creative. Yeah.
I get inspired. I'm the same. Like sometimes kind of creativity can be up and down, but like I get inspired a lot by blogs, like reading, like and visually. I'm quite visually, like I get inspired by pictures or reading quotes or something like that. And then obviously like nothing beats like hearing a really good track and then I guess wanting to copy it. No, not copy it, but like get ideas from different tracks and drum sounds or guitar tones or beats or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you what part does mood play in how you dress? Like when you attire yourself for the day, or what kind of clothes do you buy? Does your mood play a role in it, or how you're feeling that season, or does that influence you when you're picking clothing?
Yeah. I usually dress like according to what I'm going to do that day. But there's still a certain element of like I have my own style and Dylan has his own style, so we try and pick, I guess, well I mean I can't speak on behalf of him, but I try and pick clothes. In fact, I only really own clothes that of course you only own clothes that you like. You get rid of all the clothes that you don't like. So yeah, we'll pick kind of, I don't know, I guess I pick something that matches. Well, I mean I try. And
does a good job. It's matching.
and yeah, just something that is gonna work. Like if it's cold, I'm gonna wear jeans. If it's hot, I'm probably gonna wear shorts.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how much it's like my mood will decide what clothes I wear. Maybe subconsciously it probably does.
I think mine does, because if I'm lazy, black t-shirt, black jeans and a white t-shirt. Like today.
But yeah, you made me think that I probably do.
I don't know, sometimes I'll put a bit more effort in than usual. But yeah, I don't know, like mood has a bit to play with it. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like when you're on tour, do you feel more, not lazy, but do you pick clothes a different way? Do you, reuse t-shirts, things like that? Like when you're on tour, is it different than when you're regular?
I think, because like, I don't know, I've probably worn this maybe every day of this trip. Like, once you find something you like wearing. No, not every day.
Plus, we don't travel with heaps of stuff. So I've got like 2 pairs of jeans and I've got like 5 shirts. So I don't really have much choice. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun to pick out what you're gonna wear, I guess, for the day. Or for the next few hours before you change into your stage clothes, or before you change into, into the clothes that you wear on the bus.
Do you guys pick your own stage clothes, or is that prepared for you? Do you have a say in how you want to look when you're on stage?
Well, yeah, this for the Aftermath tour, myself and one of my friends, Ian Locke, props to Ian Locke, we were like kind of like exploring because we want like I think there's like 8 of us on stage or something like that. There's a lot of us on stage, so we wanted there to be some like kind of continuity on stage with how we looked, instead of just this guy doing his own thing and like her doing her own thing, whatever. Yeah, so we kind of like, I mean, it sounds pretty cheesy, but we kind of put together some ideas and maybe like a theme, and then some of the guys just picked out what they liked or did their own version of what they thought the theme was. So at the moment it's kind of like we do have stage clothes, but you're kind of free to do whatever you want. But at the start of the tour, there was kind of like talk of at least trying to keep it within. I mean, no one's going up there in like in floral shorts and like, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? There's a level of kind of like, I think we're all wearing jeans. I mean, Hayley can do her own thing, which is cool, but we're all wearing jeans and we're all kind of like looking. I know. You'll see tonight.
Do you guys have like an essential piece in your wardrobe, like an accessory that you're always wearing or that you're always pulling, or a pair of jeans that you just can't live without, or is there something that you have to take with you on every tour kind of thing? Is there
Converse, Chuck Taylors, yeah, for me. But then also like in winter I have like this jacket. Actually I bought it a few tours ago in Ireland, and it was just like this blue kind of Paddington Bear jacket, and I lost it, and it took me so long to replace it, like just to find that same kind of jacket that I want, like the collar pops up. And
but you wouldn't need that here. It's been
yeah,
so
not at the moment, but like back home, like during winter, I would wear that a lot of the time, like especially like going out for dinner or something like that. Or
I kind of travel with my hat at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a hat that I like. I know, but I know where it is.
Okay.
Get it if you want.
Yeah, that's alright. Okay, well at verse 10 we see fashion as an extension of your personality and who you are. How do you define your style? Is it more like, is it an extension of your personality? Does it show who you are like inside? Does it, you know, portray who you want to be?
I think so, yeah. Like I get kind of labelled preppy as a style. I'm trying to
look
lose
at him though,
that.
This is not preppy.
Yeah,
look what I've done to him.
Yeah, tears in my jeans and like trying to go a bit more non-prep. But I guess like that probably does, like, that's a very clean style, you know, like rolled up chinos, all that kind of stuff, and clean shirts.
Which is really, it's pretty cool. I mean, in the scene that we're a part of, at least, like within our friends and stuff back home.
I guess, yeah, because and also like I'm quite like my room's tidy. Like I don't know if that all ties in, but
it does.
It does. And this guy's like more like rips, rock and roll. His room's just like a bomb that's gone off.
Man. I think yes. I think you're right. I think it does depend a lot on your personality.
That's who you are, right?
Yeah.
Does being a Christian and a public figure influence your style and the way you attire yourself?
Yeah.
Being in the public eye.
Well, for guys, like, I mean, there's always that. I'm trying to find. I guess girls have to dress a bit more appropriate than I guess the way the world dresses, especially within Christianity. So like,
yeah.
But for guys, not so much. You know, like we don't have to. I guess there's not as much pressure. But in the public, like, I don't know. I just dress however I want.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't wear this on stage, like, because I probably get really shy. But what do you reckon?
I reckon there's like a little element of that. Like, I mean, we probably own band shirts and stuff, but we probably choose not to wear certain band shirts, you know what I mean? Or we might not buy certain band shirts, and I think just we have a responsibility, especially because you say we kind of have a bit of a platform. So I think we do kind of make sure that what we're wearing aligns with what we believe.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, there is that element of that. Like, we're not going to roll around with a band shirt when the band's in the media for some terrible things or a link to some things that we just don't stand for. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You feel like you're limited? Like you wish you could, you know, buy more clothes or certain clothes, or you're more comfortable?
No, I think I mean, as you said, for us, like, it's pretty easy for us as guys. Like, we can kind of wear most of it. There's not really that much out there, you know what I mean? It's tees, it's shirts, it's it's just kind of what prints are on it or whatever.
Like I've had some people talk to me about certain brands, like what a brand, like a jeans, like for instance, there's a jeans company, I won't say the name, but like, and they're kind of known to be very anti-Christian, and the owner is like he's what do you call, atheist, and like, so a lot of his stuff is very anti-Christian, and like I won't lie, I bought some of the jeans, but I guess I wouldn't support that brand. Like, I wear the jeans, but you can't see the brand on it, you know, on stage or anything like that. And like that's just how I personally feel about it. But I wouldn't go rocking like a t-shirt with their label on it just because I know that what they stand for isn't something that I want to be associated with.
I think there's a little bit of difference between rocking something with a big print on it, everyone can see, and then But at the same time, I mean, some people could argue that he's supporting it. But the funny thing is about the brand that I think you're referring to, I think that guy's now like a full-on Christian. I think he's
Really?
converted, and the symbol that he used has changed, and yeah.
One of the things verse 10 tries to do is use fashion the same way as music and arts have been used as an expression of faith. Do you feel that fashion can also be used to express, to reach people and to do the same thing as like an evangelism as worship does? Do you think we can reach people in that kind of way or a different way? How do you feel?
Definitely. Like, fashion is such a huge industry. Like, my mum is a fashion designer, so I kind of grew up in that, like, and seen it such a huge scene, and like to think that as Christians, just because I guess it's more of a, I guess it's in, you put a lot of attention in what you look like, and Christians can sometimes be, I guess, you know, accused of putting too much emphasis on that, but that's like such a massive, you know, industry, and like if you're not in that, if we're not in that, then, you know, who is, and like who's reaching out to those people that need God just as much as, you know, musicians or people in the film industry, or, you know, so if we're, I don't know, like if someone's dressed well and you go into a store and like someone, like the store guy can comment on that, and then, you know, that can spark something, you never know, so I think it's...
in the same way that a company can be renowned for negative things, I guess the same way a company like yours should hopefully be renowned for godly things, you know what I mean? Like having values, and that can be portrayed in the way, in fair trade, or, you know what I mean, in various different ways, but the same way that a company can have a bad rep, hopefully a company like yours can have a good rep.
Yeah.
Right. Do you feel like they have a big impact? Are there a lot of, do you know of a lot of Christian designers that are doing something, or at least known to be a Christian and influencing people in that way? That Christian designers?
I don't know anyone big. I know some friends that are Christians that are kind of starting out, but I don't know any big ones. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I've just got friends that are doing a lot of great things, but...
Do you feel like that's something that is happening now, that fashion is just kind of being that thing as an evangelism tool or reaching out to people through clothing? Do you think that could happen, or it's just...
I think if it's done right, it can, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think like kind of like what you guys were saying, like it's down to the target market and down to personal opinion and whatever. But I think if you try and do it right, I'm trying to like hold my tongue so I don't like, bite it. But I just think like, I think there's a lot of potential for what you're saying to be a reality, and for a brand to have respect amongst the community as being a brand that has virtues, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stands up for what's right. I think it's just got to be done right. Like, I mean, you can look at some brands and see how they've failed, and hopefully learn from those lessons, do you know what I mean? The way that they marketed their products, or what models they use, or whatever. I don't even know, like, you guys are in the industry, but whatever they've chosen, the path that they've taken has led them to failure. Hopefully you guys can do and lead it to success, and yeah, if you guys decide to do it in a certain way where you're representing God and you're hoping to evangelize through it, then I'm sure you'll be able to succeed if you do it right.
Without you, I'm not